सुनना वेदांत अन्ना, we need to come up with a name. अभी 3 episode हो गया. अगर if we don't finalize the name today, we've been saying something BPL stands for what, but we haven't actually come up to a conclusion yet.
अरे नहीं मालूम, मुझे लगा भारत पेट्रोलियम है, फिर मोनिश ने बोला नहीं, then उसने मेरे को गाली दिया, but that's not important. Let's ask Monish. क्या Monish याद आवे?
Hey, yaar, I thought we were asking the audience in the comments to guess this, but I always thought that BPL means Bumpe Latna from that movie Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. Hrithik Roshan says that. Kya re Shubham?
I was of the opinion ki like our neighbors, good friends, the Bangladeshi people, the famous Nagin dancers. I thought it came from there, Bangladesh Premier League, and I thought our association with them. That is my side of the full form.
Okay, so I guess BPL could mean a lot of things, but let's reveal to our audience where we got the idea of our channel's name. Let's look at what our very own Pankaj Tripathi has to say about it.
कोई भी पूछे, इंशाल्लाह boys played well. No laughter. Inshallah. Boys played well.
Inshallah, boys played well.
Yes.
So welcome to the episode 3 of BPL. जैसा हमारा पंकज भाई ने बोला, boys played well. So to get us started, let's have Monish. Monish, what are we talking about today?
So we have some interesting topics lined up for everyone today. This is a screenshot of the Dream 11 IPL 2020 on October 1st. So we're almost 12 days into the tournament and 13 matches have been played. And if you can see, almost like an even Stevens, like you cannot write even a single team off. This is one of the most competitive IPL seasons. I mean, if you look at the chart right here, CSK, which has won the IPL thrice, is at the bottom of the table, and every team has won at least one game or they've at least lost one game. So it's very, very interesting.
Good to see. So Delhi is doing well as expected. Mumbai as usual. So the usual slow starters of the tournament are at the top at this point, which is an unusual stat. Because if you see the history of MI, it's always been them starting slow, losing a lot in the beginning of the tournament, and then suddenly something happens, some instructions coming from Mukesh Ambani, and they start winning. And so pretty even. Tough to call out anybody. Tough to mark anyone as favorites at this point. All the stats have gone for a toss, and it's good to see that it's so competitive right now.
They're all promoting the game, and also there's this common Mumbai joke where people say the first match, if they lose, they're going to win the tournament that year.
Yeah, also I think generally not only the first match, they probably just lose a bunch in the beginning and then they start winning only once it's on their neck. But I think this time it's part of 2020, as you see, like there is another weird occurrence this year.
Last minute blinders from Rajasthan Royals. RCB managed to pull a couple of wins out of their hat. But very surprising to see CSK at the bottom.
Yeah, they've been having problems with their opening partnership. I think Vijay and Watson haven't been doing very well at the top, and I think they're missing Raina for sure.
Yeah, Raina, Harbhajan. So they're out. Ambati Raido, Raina, Harbhajan, Dwayne Bravo. You would have all these 4 players in your team for the entire season, without a doubt.
And that's their core, right? So
that's their core, yeah. So that's a very significant loss according to me, and you can see them suffering because of that.
Correct. So we know that Ambati Raidu is unfit to play right now, but he's going to come back very soon. Even Dwayne Bravo, he has a knee injury and hope he recovers soon and he plays back. But you're absolutely right. Like these core bankable options for CSK are not available at this point. So the new people are taking some time to settle in. Bowling pretty well initially, but then in the last 4 overs going for a lot of runs. So still, I think Sam Curran and Ruturaj Gaikwad, given a new opportunity, they're all still trying to gel within the team.
Yeah. I think doors for Harbhajan and Raina are closed now. I think they've been removed from CSK's official website, and it looks like they're not coming back, because I've been seeing videos of Raina practicing. He's practicing in India, so it's not like he's not playing the game or something like that. It's just even though he's practicing, he looks in good nick, but I think the doors are shut for this season at least.
Right.
Also, guys, I wanted to bring your attention to Kings there. What do you think? Like a couple of close games have had Mayank and Rahul in really good nick, but a couple of very close games and
Couple of
couldn't get through the line.
Couple of interesting points about Kings 11 Punjab is that both Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul are both fighting for the orange cap, so they are the number 1 and number 2 in the most runs that have been scored in the tournament up till now. And there were 2 games which we all thought that Kings 11 had it in their hat and they were going to win it. But the first one, probably Mayank Agarwal going for the glory shot and then leading to a super over with Delhi Capitals, and then Rabada bowling fantastically as usual. They lost that game, and then immediately after a Cottrell going for a blinder with Rahul Tewatia for 30 runs in an over, and then Rajasthan Royals went on to win that game. So definitely them trying out a few options with the all-rounder Jimmy Neesham. Still, the momentum has to set in the lower order, but very top order heavy batting lineup. A lot of representation from India as well. So let's see how they do in the rest of the tournament.
What a Vedant, you're not speaking about your Kannada Hudugaru.
Now, the thing is, every year, the moment we start winning some matches, it goes downhill for us. So we have taken a resolution that this year we will not talk about RCB at all. Whether we're doing well or not, we'll just keep quiet.
I'm talking about Karnataka 11, man. Your Kings 11 Punjab.
Oh yeah, I know, because Karun Nair, Rahul, and what's his name?
Mayank Agarwal.
Half of the Ranji team is in Punjab, so yeah, it's interesting. But having said that, we've seen a lot of people scoring a lot of runs, and we can attribute that to Sharjah. Look at the dimensions, dude, 51 to 61 meters. I mean, someone like, we can also hit a 6 on this ground. So, I mean,
I think this is the dimension of our school cricket ground where we used to practice.
Delhi Public School cricket ground, actually.
It's state of the art. No, for sure. And even so, apart from the dimensions, the pitch also seems to be very flat. Easy runs. The ball comes to the bat very, very nicely, and it's a batsman's paradise, as we've seen. Like,
also, if you see, the dimensions are there, but the boundary, the rope is also not completely at the. It's been brought in. So even if you mistime the ball,
Actually, I want to make a point about that, right? I think IPL management is doing a fantastic job by bringing the boundary lines a little bit in, so that they're giving players that ample room if they want to jump and catch the ball, bring it in. So they want to leave some room for the players.
But it's a nightmare for the bowler, man.
A lot of the rules in cricket are like, if you talk to any bowler, they would have this complaint that it's a purely a batsman's game, and a lot of small rules like these, which sort of hamper their morale. And
also, Monish, I have another interesting observation here. If you've seen a lot of cars, windows have been broken here, or windows are like there's a lot of window breaking that's happening, and I was just this is reminding me of our school days where we broke quite a few windows.
School buses windows, some classroom windows, and all of that with hard hitting. Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, look at that entire open space. I don't know what they were thinking when they built the stadium, but they probably thought that no way batsmen are going to hit it this far, because there are actually cars which are moving on that freeway. So that poses a definite risk. And also in the first, I believe the second game of CSK, they were chasing a score of 216 versus Rajasthan Royals, and Dhoni came out and he hit 3 back-to-back sixes, and one of them actually landed on that freeway and a man took the ball. Hopefully, he'll remember that ball and keep it safe for the rest of his life. But yeah, as Shubham mentioned, Sharjah has always been known to be favorable to the batsman, as is the game. And now all commentators are taking it very casually that Sharjah means you're going to have a 200 plus score on the board. So initially in IPL or in India, when we were looking at a 170, 180 being a very good score, at Sharjah, I believe that has moved up to a 200 or a 210.
Yeah. Also, another memory of Sharjah is Sachin Tendulkar's famous Desert Storm knock, like set the whole country on fire in the 90s, late 90s. And yeah, whenever we think of Sharjah, I think that's the first thing that comes to mind still. The sixes of Shane Warne, and wow, what moments.
Also, I'm not sure how true this stat is. I might be totally making this up, but someone was telling me this was the ground where they played the most number of international cricket games so far. Like, this is the ground on which most amount of international games have been played, or something like that. Some crazy stat like that.
No idea.
I might be totally wrong. If I'm wrong, please, everyone who is watching, if I'm wrong, please fact check me. But I hope I'm right here.
Vedant, what do you think about all the balls that are being lost, man?
Right. So if you see, there's the fourth umpire sitting next to the dugout with a box of balls. Every time the ball goes out, he's on the pitch running. And
I'm pretty sure. Sorry.
No,
I was just saying, I'm pretty sure Amara Mishra Bhai or Piyush Bhai, they must be keeping that in mind. So the moment the ball is wet, they must be like, "Arey yaar, ek chakka to lo, bas, theek hai, lekin naya ball do mere ko."
I know. But then that's what I mean. I know. Let's talk about the coaching staff. How do they maintain the morale of the bowlers when you go for 10 runs, 12 runs and over, especially a young bowler? I think it's a job of the captain and the coaching staff to really tell them that, you know what, it's not your fault. A Pollard might mistime the ball and it will go for a six. It's not your fault. And I think a major part of that would come from the captain and the coaching staff.
Yeah, that's true. Like generally in any sphere of life, you sort of tend to blame yourself for something happens, and it's very tough to explain that, okay, there's not a lot you could have done. It was a top edge, and the bats these days are so huge and so powerful that top edges go for sixes like way back into the stand. So yeah, it's another example of the cricket being favored for batsmen.
So already at Sharjah, the bowlers are at a disadvantage. Here they're at a bigger disadvantage because Misfits also going for sixes.
Yeah.
Especially imagine when people like Dre Russ or Kyron Pollard or MS Dhoni are batting. Imagine what's going on in the bowler's mind 16th to 20th over.
Absolutely.
Oh.
अरे वेदांत, तू ही ये फोटो लगा है ना रे? मेरे को मालूम है.
I know, because this is the ball where Chahal bowled a long one and हमारे batsman Vijay Shankar did not read him. There was a huge gap between the bat and pad, and you can see what happened. It was a lovely ball.
Also, batsmen are finding it difficult to pick up the wrong ones in this game.
Yeah, like Chahal is also being molded into the leadership role in RCB, and it's good to see him come up and do so well. And given that he's like a regular in the Indian limited over squad, so always happy to see people, especially in the Indian team, perform very well.
Me and Sadvik, both of us are SRH supporters. Go SRH, and I'm wearing these orange highlights as well. So let's talk a little bit more about SRH, and there Sadvik is with the 3D glasses.
Always. Whenever Vijay Bhai is there, we have to give respect.
Vijay Bhai or Raidu? Both. To remind, one has 3D, one doesn't have.
Yeah, so just this particular match, right? This was the first match of the season. We had to go against Royal Challengers Bangalore. Not a very huge score posted in order for us to go and win the game, but Bairstow gave us a fantastic start, 63 runs. Unfortunately, a few mishaps did happen with respect to Sunrisers Hyderabad.
It was an unfortunate game, starting with Warner's run out, Mitchell Marsh, I think a great all-rounder, got injured. And also the collision between Rashid Khan and Abhishek Sharma was looked scary. Rashid Khan looked like he was in tremendous pain. And thankfully, it was nothing serious.
It was a very bad day, as you said, in terms of the running. But I also want to just want to probably put a little bit of a positive spin on this, given that I'm also an SRH fan, if you haven't noticed earlier. But we've seen Warner and Bairstow being so good between the wickets, and then actually like converting those ones into twos into threes, and like, do you guys have anything to say about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. It always puts pressure on the bowling team, and the batsmen are converting ones to twos to threes, and they're always looking at where the ball is. They're cognizant of their surroundings. Also, it's great for the youngsters to learn what's going on with their leaders and senior team members. So I think that's fantastic.
Keeps the pressure a little low, right? Like if you see, I think SRH, we've not been the team who've scored like the maximum boundaries or anything, but like just keep being busy at the crease sort of eases that pressure. Key, okay, like I've had 4 dot balls, then you're like fifth ball, you're like, oh, I should definitely hit it out of the park now. Whereas, say if you've had like 4 singles or maybe a couple of twos in an over, you're probably not as stressed to hit the big one out. Given some of our players, it's probably harder for them to go after the boundaries.
Correct. I think we're just so top heavy, right? In terms of Warner and Bairstow and Manish Pandey, there's a lot of dependence on these 3 players to come out and perform. Talking a little bit about our middle order, right? It was very dismal to watch for us because in a span of 18 runs, we lost 7 wickets. And pretty much most part of the second innings, we seemed in control. It was 43 runs to win in 29 balls, and just suddenly the entire momentum towards RCB and us. So passionate about Sunrisers Hyderabad, we keep referring to our team members as Warner Babai or Kane Mama or Manish Anna and Rashid.
Manish Anna, yeah, Rashid Bhai. And I think we should keep some like we should have some sort of tolerance for them, or like we need to wait for them to get adjusted to things, right? Like if you see with DC as well, I think that's a really great example of how they pick some really young lads who showed some great potential and stuck with them. And like now, if you see, they are like I feel like they're definitely reaping the benefits of that. Like now you see the team. A couple of seasons ago, you saw Prithvi Shaw, you saw Shreyas Iyer. Like Shreyas Iyer probably was better, but like Pant, and you said, okay, bunch of young guys, but like now they're a force to reckon with. So fingers crossed. But I think I'm hoping that our SRH like Samad or Abhishek Sharma and our youngster Vijay Bhai also show some potential in future.
What you said, right? For Delhi Capitals, the youngsters now becoming bankable players. So yes, let's hope that is what IPL is going to give us, not only for SRH but for all the teams as well. But you're right, VVS Lakshman, Muttiah Muralidharan, and Trevor, our coach, just putting their belief in these young guns and just giving them more opportunities to perform and believing in them. And I think we have seen that Priyam Garg and Abhishek Sharma have given a fantastic partnership for SRH versus Rajasthan when the top order had collapsed. Definitely looking at the bright side of things.
We had a really good discussion today. I think there's a lot of fun points. And thank you for joining us today, everyone. As you know what the drill. Like, share, subscribe. यार और क्या होता है उसमें
Bell
icon dabao.
Yeah, do comment, and we have some exciting content coming up for you guys.
Yeah, really look forward to the feedback and if there's something that can be changed.
And thank you all for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace.